Hey guys, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some more Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news, and there's a lot to break down. You know, I took off 2 days over the weekend to go spend time with my family, and it was my stepmom's birthday, but I feel like so much happens when I just step away from the studio for 2 seconds. So we're going to jump in, but before we do, and talk about Kathy Hilton responding to Lisa Rinna, which is actually quite shocking. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so we know that we got a sneak peek of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills mid-season trailer, and yes, it is all over the place. Obviously, we have all been anticipating this freaking Aspen trip, the situation with Kathy Hilton, what Lisa Rinna was trying to expose, and everything in between. But the dynamics here are really effed up. I'm not going to lie. And Kathy Hilton, in her response, I think she's so... I think that her response was very classy and just sweet, considering if I were in Kathy Hilton's position, would have probably have been 10 times worse. Now, following months of headlines in regards to what actually happened with Kathy Hilton during the cast trip and what caused a rift with her sister, Kyle Richards, which they were saying that Kathy Hilton was raging. And her and Kyle have both said, we're in a better place now. They're no longer fighting. They're getting along. And Kathy Hilton even owned the fact that she's like, I said some nasty stuff that I should not have said. I said some things out of frustration when the cameras were down, and I shouldn't have said those things. Kathy also kicked off this trailer in an interview saying, I just read that I was screaming and throwing things, and that is not me. So she was defending herself about all of this. And I'm surprised that she didn't just take this to the grave, saying, I didn't say any of those things that you're accusing me of, especially if the cameras weren't around for it. Meanwhile, amid the Aspen trip, Kathy was seen reaching a breaking point with her castmates saying, I am leaving. I am getting pissed off. After the episode, Kathy's co-stars kind of spoke about her breakdown with one another. And Erica said, I just saw her so angry. And Lisa Rinna revealed, I had locked myself in my bedroom. And according to newbie Diana Jenkins, Kathy was all out raging in Aspen. Kathy was fucking raging. I don't even know who that person was. Now, I can't, let's see how bad it really is, right? I mean, how bad can it really be? But one thing that I don't like, and Kathy did say, at the end, before I get into the rest of the cast drama, Lisa said, I just want to know where that hatred comes from. Talking about Kathy and what she said about Kyle, whatever came out. And she said, you can be very unkind too, Lisa Rinna, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see it play out. And Erica had a point too. She said, if I can be torn apart, earrings and widows, Kathy has to own her shit too. Now, going back to Sutton, and Lisa Rinna, Crystal Kung Minkoff, and Sutton get into this big blow up, right? So not only is Lisa Rinna trying to hold Kathy, responsible, but she's now going in and she's kicking Sutton Strack out of her house, and she's screaming at Crystal Kung Minkoff to shut her mouth. Crystal was talking about the $750,000 earrings or the $1.4 million earrings. And when she was mentioning it, Crystal declared, this was about the earrings. There are victims involved. And Lisa fired back at her in the trailer saying, Crystal, you keep your mouth shut. And we're like, wait, why are you getting mad at her? And then Sutton interjects, and she said to Sutton, F you, get out of my house. And this was after Sutton was accusing her of talking out of both sides of her mouth. But you're also being very hypocritical, Lisa, and I do have to say that, because you hold everybody accountable. But then when it comes to Erika Girardi, we don't hold her accountable, because you're right there with her. You're right there with her. You're right there with Diana. And you're always going in on, you have a side. She has people that she'll give a pass to. Garcella's not one of them. Sutton Strack's not one of them. Kyle Richards is probably one of them. And obviously Kathy Hilton is not one of them. But then over here, if it's Dorit, okay, if it's Erica, okay, Diana Jenkins, her very, very, very wealthy friend, yeah, she's going to get a pass. Maybe she does give Kyle Richards passes. But when she's getting pissed off at Crystal and for Sutton for interjecting and calling her out and asking her to own her own stuff, then she's, crumbling before our very eyes. That's why, and I know I've said this in multiple videos at this point, that's why I really firmly fully believe that this is Lisa Rinna's last season. I think that she's going out with a blaze of glory. I think that she's just like, F you guys, I'm done. I don't need this shit. But, you know, what is she going to do if she leaves the show? I was having this conversation. It wasn't like an argument, but I was talking with somebody the other day and they're like, well, Lisa Rinna could do a lot after the show. She's a hustler. She's always been making moves. But before, she was featured here and there in these acting roles. Yeah, but it's not like she was some crazy, huge Hollywood movie actress. I mean, she had some roles, but would she be asked back after reality TV? That's a question I have. And is Rinna Beauty really doing that great? And if it is doing that great as she claims, will it do just as good not being featured on the show anymore? Will she be able to sustain that? Maybe with the help of her famous daughters, maybe. I don't know. I think she's on her way out, because if she wasn't on her way out, she wouldn't be slashing or bashing or attacking all of the other women on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She wouldn't be doing it on social media anyways. She would just stick to the script and only talk about what's being shown on the show. That's where it kind of says to me like, oh no, she's most likely, this is her goodbye to everybody and her F you, I'm out. Then we also know that Sutton Strack said that this reunion is going to be a bloodbath, but we still have yet to see or find out when the reunion actually is. If we have if we're only halfway through the season, then I'm guessing in the next 4 weeks, they'll be gearing up for the reunion. And then after the reunion, probably a month they'll have in between from filming the reunion to getting back into the game of it. And that's when they'll start filming for the new season, which we are hearing, and I already did a video on this, that we will be getting a cast shakeup. We don't know who we're losing yet, but we're hearing that Kim Richards might be added to the mix. So it's probably Kim, Kathy, Kyle. I'm guessing Lisa Rinna is going to exit, or Erica Jane. I don't think Crystal Kung Minkoff will be back. Maybe even Dorit could be out too. Sutton Strack, I think, is a shoo-in to come back. And Diana Jenkins, maybe. I don't know how the fans are going to respond to her coming back with how messy she's been on social media. And of course, we're not losing Garcelle anytime soon, which I'm happy about. So guys, go ahead and comment below. I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinions. What were your thoughts on the mid-season trailer? What are your thoughts on the hypocrisy here with Lisa Rinna shutting down Crystal and Sutton, but not giving the same smoke over to Erica? And how do you feel about Kathy Hilton's response to Lisa Rinna that we didn't get to see until just now? Yeah. Don't forget also that we are doing Hot Messy Topics tomorrow, and let's whine about it. So smash the like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell, do the YouTube stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.